Hi, this is Kathy from White Pigeon Library. We've got some new books. We've got Cabin Fever by Michael Smith and Jonathan Franklin, both of whom are investigative journalists. And they were reporting back when the pandemic started about that cruise ship, well, various cruise ships, but this particular one from Holland America, it was called, I don't know how they say it, Zaandam, Zandam. And it set sail from Buenos Aires. It was going to go up and down the coast of South America. It sounded like a great cruise. It set sail with 1,200 passengers and 600 crew. I had no idea they had so many crew. But it was March of 2020, so it was kind of right before lockdown. And they started getting sick, like right before they left. And the cruise line assured them it'd be safe because it's kind of in the middle, at the end of the world. And they kind of thought maybe that COVID hadn't gotten there yet. And so they set sail. They weren't offering any refunds. Nobody had a choice. Everybody thought they'd be safe. And once they got on the ship, then the whole world went into lockdown. And they were denied safe, passage into any countries, basically. They just kept sort of floating around with 2 doctors on the whole ship. People were getting sick. None of the countries would let them in. And this gives you the story of individual passengers and some of the crew, which sounds kind of interesting. I don't know. I don't think I'd want to be on a cruise ship anyway, but to be trapped on one and have countries saying they won't let you dock, I think that might be a little nerve-wracking. So anyway, it's kind of fun, Cabin Fever. We've got a new one by Alice Hoffman, The Invisible Hour, which talks about a woman who lives in a cult in eastern Massachusetts, and she is not allowed to read books or have any contact with the outside world, but at some point or another she gets a hold of the Scarlet Letter and it speaks to her, and she starts reading and realizing how books can transport you, and she goes back in time and investigates and falls in love and lives her dream for a little while. So Alice Hoffman, if you like her, The Invisible Hour. We've got this nonfiction, I'm Glad My Mom Died, by Jennette McCurdy. And Jennette McCurdy, I don't know if anybody remembers, but there was a kids show called iCarly, which was actually pretty funny. And the character that she played was Sam. She was very funny and sarcastic and edgy. I had to watch it with my niece, but I was kind of impressed with this character. Well, apparently she had this stage mother that forced her into acting at age 6. And just restricted her calories and was really the nightmare stage mother. Showered her until she was 16. I mean, the girl went through all kinds of eating disorders and addictions and many things. And then her mother died of cancer. And apparently this book is written with a great deal of humor. And the character on iCarly was very funny. It's probably the only reason I kept watching the children's show with my niece, but written with candor and dark humor about being a child actress. So sounds good. I'm Glad My Mom Died, Jennette McCurdy. She has a one-woman show by the same name that has been sold out in LA. Looks good. We've got John Connolly, The Furies. This is number 20 in the Charlie Parker series, and he's a private investigator. He's investigating in three different cases with 3 women at the center, and then he's also hired to protect 2 other women at the beginning of the pandemic. It's funny how all of a sudden now books are coming out about the pandemic and how the world was. A lot of material to look at. So, The Furies, number 20 in the series. If you like his series, you might like this one. We'll have more next week. Thank you.